What's going on, y'all? Let's talk about this young creator named Daji Keys 2 Time. So apparently she's making all this content about relationships and toxic men and red flags and this and that. So I watched a video earlier today where she's talking about avoiding toxic men who match quote unquote feminine energy and listing all these things that are quote unquote womanly. And basically it comes down to she want to treat a man any kind of way, and a man is just supposed to accept it and not retaliate. And that's, but okay, cool. Let's roll with it. If that's the agreement, then the woman's part of the deal is y'all got to be overly willing to apologize and overcompensate for all the times when you're emotionally unstable and unable to control yourself and just snapping and talking to your man crazy and treating him any kind of way and taking this and taking that from him. Like, yeah, y'all gotta apologize for that publicly, and y'all have to make us believe it, and y'all gotta put some actions behind those apologies. Can't just, just say it and don't do nothing, or not say it and just think sweet and we just gonna sweep it under the rug. No, we not sweeping nothing under the rug. You gonna publicly acknowledge that you was being, and you gonna make up for it, or it's not gonna work. At the end of the day, or y'all children who can't control themselves because you're emotionally overwhelmed or whatever, and you just have to lash out and do what you want to do, or y'all grown ass women who know how to control yourselves and take accountability. Can't be both.
Nobody's touching you. You're putting your hands on me. Get your hands off me.
No.
Get your hands on me.
No.
Get your hands off me. Ain't nobody touching you.
I'm trying to get past you.
Bye.
Let me get my shit, bro.
Get your shit.
You should have throwing my shit around.
Get your shit. Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
No.
Stop touching me.
No.
Stop touching me.
I'm trying to get my stuff.
Well, get it. It's right there. It's right there. Get it. Get it. It's right there.
Move.
Get it.
No.
I'm not touching you. Stop touching me.
Bro, now grab me by my
Stop
grab
touching
me
me.
again, bro. I'm telling you.
Stop touching me.
Go on, bro.
Stop touching me. You're pressing up against the pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
Stop
I'm trying to get
touching
my
me.
stuff going on.
Stop touching me.
Bro, get off of my shit, bro.
Stop touching me.
Move. You being weird as fuck. Get the fuck on.
Stop touching me.
Fuck on.
Touch
Bro,
me again.
go ahead.
I'll see who's
Go ahead. I am. I know when it's one good time for you to hit me and it's on camera. Watch this motherfucker go off your neck. I don't give a damn, bitch. I'm gonna beat it out you.
Get me again. Stop touching him.
Let me guess, ladies, she's just dealing with reactive as well. He triggered her by trying to leave. Oh, I want you to watch that very closely. He's not escalating. He's not yelling at her. He's not shoving her. He's doing exactly what we tell men to do, which is just walk away and leave. But is she letting him? No, she's not. Blocking him, preventing him from leaving, and even trying to flip the script, implying that he's hitting and shoving a pregnant woman. This right here is why so many men panic when things get physical. Panic even harder when they have to call the police, because did you know, statistically, in America, if you're a man getting by a woman and you call 911 for help, there is a 50-50 chance that you will be arrested. The most dangerous time for a man isn't even necessarily staying with a narcissistic. It's when he tries to leave, because the moment he disengages and tries to de-escalate, the entire situation gets flipped on him and he loses control. Sorry, but there needs to start being some real consequences for women who make false allegations against men, and it needs to be taken seriously. I don't want to hear any more of these feminists being like, it's not that bad, because the consequences aren't as harsh. Yes, it is. A man gets falsely accused by a woman, he often loses support publicly, socially. He has PTSD, social anxiety, and he has an extremely hard time trusting women again. At some point, we need accountability for false allegations. Like, whatever you accuse the man of, if it comes out that you're lying, you should do the exact same jail time that he should have done. But we're not going to do that, because men already do 3 to 4 times longer prison sentences for the exact same crime as a woman.
The number one thing a man is looking for in a woman starts with the letter V. It's not what you think. It's less of a physical part, more of an energy. It's an energy that men struggle to articulate. So I'm going to do my best job on behalf of all 4 billion of us men right now. By the way, I'm Taylor Love. I help explain the man brain. If you like that kind of stuff, hit the follow button. A man lives in a black and white world. There's a feeling of battling the world throughout the day, having his armor on, always trying to get things done, being valued on what he provides. And the contrast to his black and white world is a world of color, like a rainbow. And if you think of a really bright rainbow, in my mind, the word that embodies that rainbow is vibrance. A man is looking for a woman who is vibrant. He wants the contrast. He wants that vibrant energy pouring over him like a waterfall. And I've had so many women reach out to me asking, how do I get more in my feminine? How do I attract a masculine man? And sure, I can mansplain and give some advice, but I wanted to come up with something tangible that would actually allow a woman to sink more into her body, the feminine, out of her mind, the masculine, so that she can bring vibrance and vitality into the world. So I reached out to a dear friend of mine. He's a doctor, Dr. Andrew, and talked about formulating something that would help a woman sink into her feminine energy. And no matter which path we went down, all roads came back to one thing: sleep. If you're not sleeping, your body's not going to be able to detox properly. If you're not sleeping, you're not going to have glowing eyes and great hair and great skin. If you're not sleeping, you're not going to be present in your body. You're going to be stuck in your head. So we teamed up and came up with an epic sleep formula that we've put all into this daily pack. It's called Raw Sleep, R-A, sleep, raw sleep. It's got skullcap, valerian, glycine, theanine, magnesium, and a bunch of other super helpful supplements to make you fall asleep faster, sleep longer, and wake up refreshed. If you feel like having better sleep would be helpful in your feminine journey, just type sleep in the comments. I'll send you a link to it so it's easy to say yes to some better sleeps. And follow for more.
This is why a lot of men are minding their business rather than approaching women. Now pay attention.
Right now, you cannot legally interact with women without a consequence. This is true. There are consequences for approaching women in public. There are consequences for approaching women at the gym. There's a consequence for getting into a relationship with a woman where she could potentially trap you with a kid, or she could also potentially put you on child support, alimony. If you have a child, she can come back 10 years later and say that you. This is how much power that women have. And it's interesting because instead of listening to the grievances of men and understanding them, notice how women always blame the culture. They never blame women. And if you blame women, you become the bad guy. You become evil. Women are very influenced by the culture. Women are very influenced by their friends. Women are very influenced by their family. Women are influenced by everybody around them. Women are in control of the culture. The media caters to women. The laws cater to women. So who is responsible for the destruction of society? Women.
This is why I tell you men, you have to be extremely careful who you give your semen to, because some of these women will set you back for generations. That is a sickness. And this is why I always tell you men, hold these women accountable. Do you see how it's their body, their choice, their baby? They want it to be theirs, but then they want help when it comes to financial provision. The baby's yours. Your body's yours. The choice was yours. But my money is ours? Let me run that back for you. Hold up. Because I'm cooking with grease here. Hold up. Your body's yours. The baby's yours. The choice is yours. But the money, the financial part is ours. Be for real, fellas. Never in life deal with...
Who tends to get into a relationship first after a divorce, men or women?
I think men, on average, from what I've seen, tend to either be in a relationship already before they're divorced or tend to get into another relationship soon thereafter. That's not news. That's not a surprise. We all know that. But why? Guys do that, I think, in large part because instead of focusing on what's in here that they need to work on and fix and improve, they look outwardly. They look for something else to make them feel better about themselves or whatever's going on in their life, rather than looking inside and realizing that all of the issues they've ever really had have been here, and you got to fix them here.
What is your opinion of women?
What is my personal opinion of women? Well, I don't really think that's even relevant to the point I just made. I would say that it's all pretty statistically backed, right? So we take a look at, all the stats that are released by like the online dating apps, and how the bottom 80% of women are going for the top 20% of the profiles on there. So even that's enough to kind of justify that hypergamy is a real thing, and that there is something going on that's horribly wrong with society.
What do you think that is?
Well, it's like I just said, it's female hypergamy.
And, you know, there was a guy, he was on the road and he was doing his job. And I'm telling you, because men continue to tell you, and really honestly and truly, it's not really a warning, but it's more so a heads up. Trying to tell you that the very men that you want, they hear what you're saying. Right? You keep on saying, I don't need a man, I'm not going to date a toxic man. And then you go on to list stuff that's actually not all that toxic. Men keep on trying to tell you, I hear this. I have time to sit and think about it, because, you know, in the moment, sometimes you might get defensive or get upset about some things, but I don't think a lot of times people give men credit. And he was in a truck, so he got a lot of time. I think he's on the road. People don't give men credit for sitting back and thinking about things and then coming to a conclusion on the matter. But that's what men have had the chance and the opportunity to do. Come to a conclusion on the matter based on what you're saying. Oh, maybe she was joking around. And then hear you say it again. And then hear you say it again. And then affirm it over and over again. This is what I think about men. And this is how I'm going to treat men. And so when you don't get the same, when you're not met with men that want you or actually like you, you're met with men that want to use you for maybe your body or whatever resource you have. Honestly and truly, you have to blame yourself. I know, sometimes you come in, you run into people that they want to use you and it's really them. But at some point in time, you got to start looking at you and saying, oh, it's me. I got to hold myself accountable for the people that I'm attracting. And modern women really don't do that.
I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm not sewing, I'm not washing clothes and folding drawers and putting them in drawers. I'm not doing none of that unless he buys me my house in the hills overlooking the ocean in Malibu. He has invested into assets in my trust fund.
I don't give a what you think.
Women who talk like that, they're just proof that not everybody should have the ability or the right to speak publicly. And she's lying on top of all of that. You know why she's lying? If she'd really be able to find a man that makes all of that money, that could invest into her funds, that would buy her that house on the hills, that would just provide all of these things just because she exists, she still would not cook, she still would not clean, she still wouldn't do any laundry, because then she would say, honey, you make all of this money. I look too good to be cleaning. I look too good to be cooking. You need to get a maid. And if you can't afford a maid, make more money, darling. If these women are all that, they look good, they got their careers, they got a nice car, this, that, and the other, why are they still single? Why are these women single? Is what I want to know. If it's so easy for you to choose.
I cannot stress this enough. Men are not worth settling for in any circumstance, any way, shape, or form. It's not worth it. Like, we're so indoctrinated to believe that, like, we have to get married. We have to, like, aspire to, like, having a relationship, having a man in our lives. Like, the goal shouldn't be to get married. The goal should be to be happy. So if a man in your life is not making your life better, easier, happier, more enjoyable, like, there's no reason he should be in your life. At least when men settle for a partner, they get like a personal assistant, a house manager, a nanny, a chef, a therapist. What do women get when we settle for a man that treats us like less than the way that we want to be treated? We get emotionally, physically, mentally drained. It is not worth it. Once you get to the like mindset that like men are not worth settling for, that is when you get the good men, because they're the only ones that you'll accept.
A lot of heterosexual men don't like women.
A lot of straight men want access to women's bodies. They're not actually attracted to women outside of what they can use them for.
Men don't like women. This is just allowing women to avoid accountability even further. Men don't like women because women are unlikable. The women that the culture industry produces in the modern era are unlikable. Well, what about the fact that women seem to just select for men that don't like women and only objectify women. Not pandering for a woman's approval, not deferring to a woman for her evaluation. This is a signal of high value and high status. This is what women select for. So it seems to me that female mating preferences have something to do with this, huh? Goes even deeper than that. Marrying for romantic love is an experiment that is only 100 years old. Before this, men and women got married as a form of alliance. It was an economic decision. This idea of marry your best friend and process all of your feelings together for the rest of your life is a 100-year-old concept. If you zoom out on human history, that is a blink of the eye. Historically, men have had other male companions and community and tribe. These are low effort relationships. The relationship that women claim to want in a marriage, the problem is that they want all of their boxes checked. This is already arbitrary. And then the boxes change, the goalposts move. You cannot satisfy a woman. The way that women want to be loved is a function of how much love they think they can get. And then once they get it, they need more. Do you not understand the mechanism? But back to how women are unlikable. Bro, they have self-justifying desires and their feelings are automatically fact. Blame men for everything and then they sell therapy to men for failing to love them correctly.
If I was a man, I wouldn't want to approach none of these girls either.
Did modern conversations around consent make men more hesitant to approach women?
I think that men are not approaching women anymore because women don't know how to just be women. Like the femininity is almost non-existent these days.
Yes, sir.
Because women don't put themselves, like literally, like you were just saying, take. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole mindset of like, oh, I'm just trying to get him there and he got a bag and this and that. Like it's taken away from the authenticity of just actually meeting somebody, liking them and seeing what you guys can build and grow together. If it's going to be all about a bag and then we're not coming to the table with anything of substance, why would a man approach you? And I do feel like us as women need to take some accountability as to why that's not happening. We do be acting real harsh. We do be acting real, like it's just very aggressive. And then even it's at a point where women are like approaching men and like, oh, like basically trying to take they like give me the dick, like that's all I want from you and da 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 da. And unfortunately, it's because, you know, it's a psychological thing. We feel like that's all the men want from us. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna beat you at your own game. I don't even want you anyway. All I'm trying to do is get whatever the case may be. And that is just fucking ridiculous to me. So I think that it's gonna be hard. If I was a man, I wouldn't want to approach none of these girls either.
Okay. All right.
Because what is y'all doing?
So
but
go ahead.
There are a group of women, because the thing that I do want to say is not all men are the same, not all women are the same.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying, where's your accountability as far as the type of women that you are approaching and talking to? Because if they don't have a certain type of mindset, you're not going to get that from them. You're going to meet the same woman in every single person.
A lot of married men are on the down low. Down low meaning they like women and they also like men. But they're married to or are in partnerships with women because they can't publicly be in partnerships with men. So they're on the down low. Here's how to tell if your man is on the down low, which is something you should absolutely know because these men are dangerous because they're living double lives. Is he a cheater? Is he an alcoholic? Is he homophobic? Does he prefer it from the back? Is he a homophobic? Do you ever find your missing? Your chonies, are they ever missing? Is your makeup missing? Because some of these men, when they go on their side quests with their side men, they will sometimes wear makeup and wig. Have you found a wig laying around? If you think your man is on the DL, you better find out for sure because they're dangerous. Because they will take it out on you because they are not living an authentic life, the life that they really want to live because they have fear of how they're going to be perceived by the public and their families and friends and everybody.
I see girls commenting saying that they would love to be approached by a man, and I just want to say I don't believe you.
Oh, I believe women want to be approached. Oh, 100%. Women aren't lying that they want to be approached. There's just a few things you have to take into consideration about this. Number one is they want to be approached by men they find attractive, right? And I think you went on in some of your videos and you did talk about how attraction matters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And I say it all the time. that attraction matters. And that's what a lot of women want. Women just want men who they find attractive to approach them. Now, there's also women who want men to approach them whether they find them attractive or not, because they really do want that validation. Right. That's why there is a lot of women who go, oh, I want you to approach me, just because they're just, whether they like you or not, or want you to or not, from an attractive standpoint, they just want the validation. They want people to hit on them. It's that free, feel good juice, as you can say. You know, it feels good. You know, when someone hits on you, even though, you know, you're not attracted to them, the fact that, you know, someone hit on you will make you feel good. Right. There you go. There you go. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But no, women 100% want men to approach. I mean, rates are sky high. So, I mean, people, yeah.
I have a theory about women and men. I haven't said it out loud. I have a theory that almost everything about like major differences in relationship between men and women can be traced back to women getting their period. Go with me on this. I'm like any man. When I get a head cold, I'm just go on without me. No one's ever been this ill. I'm so sick. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Women, from a quite young age, learned the following lesson. You're going to be uncomfortable roughly every 28 days, and you still have to get So the fact that you're uncomfortable, you still have to operate under those conditions. You don't get to say, I have cramps, I'm going to be staying home for the next 2 days. You don't get to do that. So one, you learn how to operate when you're uncomfortable. Okay. 2, you actually have to plan ahead. Like a woman getting her period, like you have to be like, okay, I have to bring sanitary products. I have to think about, if I'm planning a thing, I don't want to plan it for this particular week because probably that's where I'll be in my cycle. So you have to plan. So I think that thing creates like certain habits of thought, like a willingness to be uncomfortable and still push through and operate. A planning ahead of things, a realizing that like your body and your emotional state are going to fluctuate sometimes due to circumstances beyond your control, and you just have to ride with it. Like men don't have anything like that. We're uncomfortable even for a second, and we're like, well, this is broken. This is done. There's something seriously wrong. So that's the reason why, like, I think a lot of men, the minute something's gone uncomfortable in their marriage, they're like, well, we're done. Roll up the sleeve. We're done. We're finished. This is it. It's wrong. And it's like, no, you got a cold. You're going to be all right.
And you have a lot of these women out here that are saying, I think there was one woman in particular, they have high demands and they're not going to be backing off of those demands. This is what I deserve. Especially if my hair is done and I know how to put on makeup correctly, that I'm definitely going to request and demand the maximum from a man. Unfortunately for you, for the man that can provide it to you, it's going to come at a cost. Nothing in life is ever free. Okay. So for that woman asking for a house overlooking in Malibu, overlooking the ocean or the water or the lake or whatever, it's going to come at a price. It's going to cost you something. Whether you're willing to give it, that is up to you. But knowing modern women and the way that they act, you are definitely willing to give it. If it's not you, then it's going to be, I say, some other woman, but I should say some other women, because there's going to be multiple women that are willing to pay the high price. If you're selling it, then just say, I'm selling it.
This is another one for the dads in the audience dealing with a high conflict ex or a difficult ex. So in my work with blended families, one thing I observe a lot is that dads avoid boundaries because they hate conflict. They think, I just want peace. I don't want more drama. It's easier just to let it go. I don't want the kids to get caught in the middle. So they keep tolerating things that are draining them and putting a strain on their relationship with their new partner. Last minute schedule changes, excessive texting, manipulation, lovely guilt trips, using the kids as messengers, expecting instant access to your time and attention, for example. And because avoiding conflict feels better in the moment, they keep doing it. But short-term relief creates long-term chaos. Boundaries may feel uncomfortable briefly in the moment, but they're going to create stability later on. And no, you can't control whether your ex likes them. She's probably not going to like them. She's benefit from you not having them. And you can't guarantee she's going to respond well. And no, boundaries won't magically turn her into an easy person. but they will show you what you're available for and what you're not. Here's an example of what some boundaries could sound like. Please use the parenting app for kid-related communication. I'm not discussing adult issues over text. I need 24 hours notice for schedule changes unless it's an emergency. I'll talk when their conversation is respectful. The kids don't need to carry messages between us. You do not need to set yourself on fire, my friend, to keep the peace. Sometimes peace comes because you finally set the boundary, because you decide that it's time. So if you're co-parenting with a high conflict ex, follow me or keep following me. I talk about practical ways to keep your peace and to parent stronger.
This is not going to sound very independent woman of me. I don't care. Being with a man is so regulating for me. Like, I just don't think that men realize, like, sometimes all a woman needs, like, when she's, like, in a really heightened emotional state is for the big, strong man in her life to just, like, grab her by the shoulders and just be like, hey, it's gonna be okay. I don't know, there's something different about it. Like, my girlfriends can tell me, like, oh, it's gonna be okay, and, like, they're coming at it from a lot of levels of, like, empathy and sympathy, and, like, that's great, and I appreciate that energy from my female friendships so much. But when a man says that, he's coming from it from, like, a state of authority and a state of, like, action-oriented power. It just means a lot.
I just saw a girl turn down a guy like 4 times, and then he went across the bar and got another girl, and she got jealous and mad and started pursuing him and trying to sabotage him and the other girl he was talking to. What?
You know, attention is a drug. She just wanted that man to chase her down, to feel that he really wanted her. Like, I don't understand why y'all think a man is supposed to continue to beg you just to get your number. Like, that's not how it works. You said you was not interested. Now, if he would have been begging her, then she would have been like, oh, he harassing me. He bothered me. He's crazy. He's desperate. All of those things. But because he moved on to the next person, here you come harassing him because he didn't harass you, which is ass backwards. But that's how a lot of women is. They want to feel overly important to somebody. Like, you're not the only woman in the bar that he's attracted to, but you're the one he chose to come to first. But you said no. Okay, so be it. Let me go about my business. People not trying to force people to be with them. Like, you never force nobody to try to talk to you because you wanted to talk to them. It's too many fish in the sea, baby.
Bank statement in the mail with an account that I don't know nothing about.
First of all, don't come in here yelling at me about no account. I have an account to make sure I'm good. That's why the account is there.
Why are you taking money out of account while I don't know?
You are my husband. I have to make sure I'm good. If we were to ever get divorced, I'm not about to be out here with nothing.
We gotta make sure we good. This don't got nothing to do with you sitting taking money out of account that I work hard for.
Do you not work for us? Are we not a family? This is working for you. This ain't working for us. No, it is. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm a woman. If you were to leave me, I need to be okay.
These kind of women out here are loyal to their feelings. They are not loyal to you. This chick knew that divorce was coming. The only reason they're gonna go into your account and take your money, just in case, is because they know that shit's coming. They either got a side piece, or they're planning on leaving you at some point in the time in the near future. They got that ching that you worked your whole life for. Alright? You move on and you better yourself. Picking the right woman is literally everything. I tell you this shit all the time. You can be doing this the rest of your life. These chicks can take everything from you. You know how many men I talked to I was with this girl for 10 years. She took all my she took my house, she took my money, she took everything. They can do that. You're signing a paper, literally giving them that okay the moment they forced you, dude. Stay cold, stay relentless, and for sake, please pick the right girl. Stay cold.
More and more women are becoming childless, unmarried, and miserable. By 2030, nearly half of women aged 25 to 44 will be single and childless. And like that wasn't enough, depression will become the leading cause of disability, with women being affected at twice the rate than men. And all of this is thanks to feminism and the boss babe mentality. Listen, girls, biology does not care about your career, and your mental health doesn't either. Your ovaries have an expiration date. If you're an empowered 35-year-old and single career woman, you aren't living your best life. You're expiring while looking at frozen eggs in a cabinet full of antidepressants. This is not freedom or empowerment. This is a total mess for our whole society. And men, you need to step the up too. Stop being so weak and passive. What the happened to you? Start leading again. Become masculine and start guiding women while they're still young, because this isn't just a woman problem. It's a we problem, and you men are the leaders.
This guy says if short men couldn't attract a mate, then they wouldn't exist today. Sounds logical, right? Not really. And here's why. Most short men alive today were born under entirely different conditions. Before dating apps, women chose from the men around them. Friends, coworkers, classmates, neighbors. But now, these days, every woman has access to the top 1% of men globally. It's called height inflation, and it's very real. Throw in fourth wave feminism, hypergamy, and endless attention online, and average guys aren't even visible anymore. Today, 63% of men under 30 are single, up from 50% just 6 years ago in 2019. And most of them, they're not reproducing. So yeah, short men used to reproduce. That doesn't mean they still can. The rules have changed, and the game is rigged.
I realized I was like going on dates with men and entertaining men that I don't have genuine, authentic, emotional connection with or even attraction to sometimes. I am leveraging for an outcome here. And women do it every day, and so do men. It didn't feel good enough to me. So that is when I stopped going on the dates, thanked my matchmaker with love, and I went to my fertility doctor. And I told him my dilemma. And he said, well, Ebony, you're uniquely positioned in that you can go about motherhood in a solo capacity in New York City. And I researched and I did my due diligence and I decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to come back to this dating marketplace. I'm going to come back no longer trying to fill a void of I need to get a man to make my motherhood dream come true. I'm going to come back as a mother, and I'm going to come back with a purity of intention that says now I am dating exclusively for emotional and romantic connection.
Why are there so many women today who say they don't need a man?
I mean, because if they want to go 50-50 on things, I just don't need them.
Because there's a lot of bum men out in the world who don't do enough, so us women can supply for ourselves now.
Because they're feminists and they like to be feminists.
If a man has friends, doesn't want kids, hires a maid and hires a why would a man need a woman?
I don't know how to answer this question.
Because of human connection, of meaningful connection, to correct myself. Just, there's nothing that replaces the authenticity of a partnership.
Right. Men need women in a sense because, you know, I don't know, like, they need our love. You know what I mean?
True. You can't really get true intimacy with a. You can bust a nut, but that's about it.
Women love simps. I don't know what y'all heard, but women love to get spoiled. You keep talking about, I ain't paying to get her hair and nails done. I ain't sending her out the country. I ain't sending her no money. That's not gonna get you nowhere with a woman. Nowhere. It's a problem to spend some money on a woman, but you ain't got a problem spending money on your homeboy. Or when your homeboy get home from prison, you'll buy him a whole outfit, buy him a car, get him $5,000 and buy him a house. But you draw the line at sending a woman some money to make her feel good. Or to buy her an outfit and to take her out to eat. Or to show up with some flowers. Y'all niggas is weird. Y'all be making me question y'all.
And women keep on talking about, I won't settle for this, I won't settle for that. And she's saying at least, you know, men get a therapist, they get a nanny, they get a chef. What do we get? So you would get a handyman. A handyman, home repair tech, you get an auto mechanic, landscaper, somebody for your lawn care. You get a general contractor, project manager. You get security, property watch. You get IT, you get tech support. and you also get a therapist. Y'all make it seem like y'all are not getting anything. Y'all make it seem like the man is just sitting there doing nothing, and that y'all are taking the full load on, and man, I'm doing so much. No, you're not. No, you're not. Even when a man doesn't want to, you're forcing a man into a certain position to have to solve certain problems for you, even when he doesn't want to. So, I mean, at that point in time, he would be a manager. He'd be on call. Hand it to the manager. The manager oversees the situation and figures out solutions. At the very least, you would have an analyst. I'm going to hand the project to you. You take the lead on this. You run point, and you solve the issue for me. Bring me an answer for modern women by the end of the day. But the end of the day is in 30 minutes. Well, then you better get to work.
Do girls like to be approached in public?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Oh, definitely, 100%. If they think you're cute, it's okay. And I know that's subjective because how are you supposed to know? But 80 to 90% of the time, don't bother a bitch unless she gave you eyes like 3 times. Like if she like, whatever. And even if she did, be like nice and respectful and chill about it.
I think it depends on the approach. I think the fact that there's now an uprise in dating apps has really discouraged guys from going up to girls in public. But I think if you're like at a bar, like there's nothing wrong with getting approached by a guy. And I think guys should definitely shoot their shot if you're out and about.
As long as it's not in a creepy way, it's just more personal and you could kind of get a feel for the person as opposed to just Instagram or like a DM. And it feels more organic. That's the word.
A man's job is to provide and protect. So therefore, yes, a man should take care of everything. My wife does not have to pay for anything. She wants new clothes, I get her new clothes. She wants lipstick, massages, spa treatments, trips, everything else. She doesn't have to pay for any of it. Matter of fact, she doesn't even work, but she works at home and she works at making sure that I can go out and do what I do, which makes it half hers. You see how that works? So even though I'm technically paying because the money comes to me because I'm out in the society working, and so the money flows through me, when you truly love a woman, it's not just your money. You're making it for the both of you.
Why do strong and independent women submit to their boss at work but not their man at home?
I'm not interested in being in a relationship with somebody who feels that they're superior to me.
So you don't believe in submission as a woman?
No.
How come?
Because I'm a human being, and we're not in a. I think that the base of relationship is companionship, not power.
But shouldn't there be some
Submission
authority?
is based in power. No, I think there should be mutual respect, and mutual respect comes with caring what the other person thinks. But I don't think that somebody who really cares about me should be the boss of me.
How about your parents?
I'm an adult. My parents aren't the boss
But
of
when
me
you were
now.
younger, were they your authority?
Yeah,
Why?
because they're my parents. Because there is a power structure. They have years and years of age on me.
It's just about age.
Well, they have assets, they have age, they have all of these things that I don't have that they can impart on me. Children are not comparable to women. Grown women.
Stop. You are simping wrong. This is how you simp correctly to get the girl every time. You're not losing the girl because you're a simp. You're losing the girl because you don't know that she's running tests on you. I've broken it down, guys. There's 3 tests that she's running on you constantly. And if you pass these 3 tests, you will win every time. Test number 1, don't you dare complain to me. Pay for everything. First 3 dates, non-negotiable. Uber there, Uber back, drinks, dinner, everything. First 3 dates. I have ended things with great guys because they failed this test. Test 2, be a gentleman. Put in that effort. Open the doors for her. Open the car doors for her. Pull out the chairs. Pick her up. This way, she cannot be mad at you for anything. She cannot hold anything against you. Test 3, take a risk. What I mean by that, initiate the physical touch, break the touch barrier. I don't care what it is on the first date. Whatever it is on the first date, you escalate now on the second date, okay? So if you kissed her on the first date, you escalate on the second date. If you simply brush her hand on the first date, you escalate to the next best thing on the second date. If you do these 3 things right, you will win every time. Schedule the one-on-one in bio.
My question is this to the women. Y'all want a man to provide every single thing, pay all the bills, sponsor your whole lifestyle, buy you this, buy you, take care of you, and etc., right? But when do that man have time for you? When do he spend quality time with you? If he doing all these things, where do your time come in at? Or do y'all not just give a damn? If that man working 50 to 70 hours a week, when he get home off of work, he tired. Ain't no such thing as me time. I know what y'all women gonna say, but at least he gonna come home to a clean house. At least he ain't gotta do nothing. I'm gonna rub his feet, I'm gonna massage him. Do y'all not hear y'allself? You gonna rub his feet, he gonna fall asleep. In the next couple hours, he back on his feet, headed back to work. And he just gonna repeat the same cycle every single day. You still ain't doing nothing for him. Yeah, you got the house clean, true enough, but he ain't even there to even enjoy it. Because soon as he get home, he bath, eat, then go to sleep, and go right back to work. So the only thing that you doing for him physically is rub his damn feet and get him a massage. And that's the main reason why a lot of y'all men don't mind going to work, because they got a side chick at work. Yeah, they in the whole relationship at work. He spend more time with his side chick at work than he do with you. And hell no, he ain't gonna complain, because he got best of the both worlds. If your man ain't never at home and don't mind not being at home, where the hell do you think he is? You better have some common sense.
I guess she had the same idea. Let's see if you can pick up a guy at Home Depot.
For you guys that don't already realize it, having the skills of building things and getting your hands dirty, not being afraid of that, is extremely attractive to pretty much all women. So the concept here of a woman going to Home Depot looking good and walking around trying to find a single guy, like, it's good, right? The ideas behind it are good. She wants to find a man that is not afraid to get his hands dirty. However, many women have tried this, and it oftentimes does not work because those men at Home Depot are not looking to hit on a woman. They are just looking to finish their project, okay? Home Depot, Lowe's, it is like their peaceful place. It's their work zone, okay? They're in work brain. So if you're a woman that is trying to do this, you need to be a little bit bolder than what you typically would be. You need to say something to him. You need to approach him. Just make sure, especially if it's a weekend, to look at his hand, okay? Because most likely if it's a man on a weekend, like mid-morning, early afternoon, he's probably there because he's completing a task that his wife sent him there to do. Other than that, ladies, good luck, and men, good luck finishing your projects.
The only people I ever see say body count doesn't matter are feminist women and pleasure-driven men who benefit from casual hookups. And both of them are hurting women. Here's the thing about feminist women who say body count doesn't matter. Ask them what theirs is and they won't even tell you. And that tells you everything. The things that truly don't matter to you, you talk about freely. You don't have to hesitate. And the fact that they go quiet means they already know. They know that a high body count isn't something to be proud of. They just don't want to be held accountable for it. A lot of these feminist women, they say they want a masculine man. They say they want love and they want commitment. They're always the ones asking, why are there no good men left? Because they refuse to listen to what men actually want. Masculine men, I'm not talking about the ones that are chasing hookups. I'm talking about masculine men have said over and over again that body count matters to them. And women call them misogynistic for it instead of just listening. If you want a man to commit to you, at some point you have to care about what he actually wants. You can't reject everything that a man values and then wonder why he won't commit to you. Body count doesn't matter until you want to get into a relationship with a purpose-driven masculine man, then it matters a lot.
Don't blame black people for this. Why we gotta keep saving folks? And black men have been emasculated in the Democratic Party. That's real. They don't see themselves, because to lift up black women is beautiful. We should, but not at the expense of black men. We have achieved what we have achieved so far in this country because we are together. And we can't pick up other people's bad habits. Now, white women may be able to lead a white man by the side of the road. Sisters can't do that. And the way that in this politics, the way the Democratic Party, the mothers of the movement, and black women delivered and black women saved, black men do not vote much differently than black women. So don't do that.
Y'all are not gonna like what men are doing on dates now. I have a friend that secretly records his dates and then runs the audio through Claude for feedback. He swears it's for self-improvement. It literally coaches him like, you could have gone deeper here. Maybe don't talk about peptides for 9 uninterrupted minutes. Imagine going on a date, but afterwards you're getting notes. Like, good chemistry, but low emotional depth. Strong start, but weak follow through. I swear dating is getting so dystopian. Like, we're literally just casually A/B testing human connection. But also, it's kind of the only way to get honest, unbiased feedback. So the question is it insane? Or is it kind of genius?
Force men to be responsible. Because they're like, well, if she's not going to sleep with me unless I have over a 700 credit score, then I better get my act together. And I think that's fair, mother. I think that's a great idea. Bring your credit score to the first date. I want credit history. I need rental history for sure. Your mama can't be co-signed on it, and you got to be at least a 720 or above, or else we're not going to Bible study ever.
The reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core value of what actually matters inside of a relationship. And we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here.
I'm seeing all the faces behind you.
It's the truth. You know, honestly, we live in a era.
Wow.
You know, you had a guy that was asking women, you know, on the street, you know, do you want to be approached in public or out on the street? Yeah, for sure. I think all of them. I think there was like 5 to 7 women that he asked, and all of them said, yeah, for sure. You know, like it's a foregone conclusion. But then she said, well, you know, only if you're cute. Bingo. Well, you know, it's kind of subjective. You know, if a girl is giving you the eyes like 3 times, then, you know, you probably say that you can come over. But even at that, here we go. Even at that, then you still gotta be chill about it. So you remember, we're out in public. Might be walking down the road or on the street or something like that. Remember, we're doing that. I just want to remind you, a man is not about to sit up here and stand around and say, oh, you should give me the eyes. I have to go to work. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Like, give me $20 on pump 1. I have things to do. Modern women think that you're going to sit around and wait for them and look all in there and all this other stuff. No, I'm not going to be doing that. Either you want somebody to come approach or not. Period.